the man awakened the ability to control ghost fire. When he wrapped the flames around his feet, his movement speed increased dramatically. He allowed the burning parts of his body to receive explosive enhancement. A child with such talent was not someone the teacher wanted to overlook, so he revealed the true cause of Jack's sister's death. It turned out Jack's sister didn't die from illness. She was murdered. The killer was a powerful ghost about 6 or 7 meters tall. It targeted people who had strong attachments to the real world, and all its victims were left with bloody tears. After learning the truth, Jack immediately wanted to kill that thing. Unfortunately, he was nowhere near capable of doing that.
弱いもん君
Seeing Jack so impulsive, the teacher suggested playing a game. If Jack could defeat his classmate John directly, the teacher would tell him everything he knew. Meanwhile, John was already itching to start. The next second, he pulled out the hammer of justice from his phone. But Jack had no interest in playing any game. He only wanted the truth. But John couldn't stand Jack's self-important attitude. Losing family members was nothing unusual here, so John insulted Jack's sister. And it worked. Jack finally agreed to fight John. A fierce battle was about to erupt. Within seconds, 6 or 7 students gathered to watch. At this moment, Jack deeply felt the heavy impact of the hammer of justice. Even defending was extremely difficult for him, and the hammer could even extend. But what no one expected was that the principal was also interested in this duel. Jack couldn't stand John anymore. John kept bragging about being a content creator. In reality, Jack never wanted to be a creator. He only needed money to treat his sister's illness. But John despised people who used sick family members as a universal excuse. Then John used the hammer to vent his frustration toward Jack. Under the storm-like barrage, Jack had no power to fight back. At that moment, the teacher walked up to Jack and told him this was spirit energy. No matter how good you are at fighting, you can't compete with it using just your body. So you should try using spirit energy too. Then the teacher told Jack to take out his phone. Because the phone was his spiritual converter, he only needed to imagine the heat in his stomach slowly gathering into the hand holding the phone. As Jack followed the teacher's instructions, an unbelievable sight appeared the next second. The 6 or 7 people present were stunned. Jack had awakened ghost fire, a pale blue flame that slithered like a snake. The teacher then warned John not to touch Jack's flames. Jack, however, felt that the flames weren't hot at all. They actually felt pleasant. The teacher couldn't wait to see what Jack's ghost fire could do. The next second, Jack wrapped the flames around his feet. As expected, once awakened, the body instinctively knew how to use it. Jack's speed became astonishing, but since it was his first time using flames on his feet, he wasn't used to it yet, but he quickly figured it out. John, whose face had been scratched, was furious. Jack had stolen all the spotlight. Jack's performance shocked all the students watching. After all, Jack had awakened only yesterday. Since the teacher had seen what he wanted to see, he told the two to stop. But John was already blinded by rage. He was determined to teach Jack a lesson. Jack, on the other hand, was thrilled. He thought that with this power, he was now unstoppable. But John had reached his limit, and wanted to show Jack what overestimating oneself really meant.